Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about decision making statements, or we can say conditional statements. In this topic we are going to cover if statement. And if I talk about if, there are multiple variations like if without else, if with else, and the nesting of if and else statements. So let's start discussing the topic in detail. So, Python conditional statements. Let us understand the term conditional statements. What are conditional statements basically? There are the statements, like I am going to tell you the difference between simple statement and conditional statement. So please listen carefully, children. Like in the classroom, a teacher is giving you some instructions like, children, please take out the notebook. Second statement, children, please start writing in the notebook. Third, children, whatever is written on the blackboard, please note it down. Fourth, children, after completing your work, submit your notebook for checking. Fifth, children, after checking, please collect back your notebooks. So this is what? A teacher has given you 5 instructions. But in these 5 statements, did you feel taking any decision? Did you feel that you have to go with the option 1 or option 2? No, it is not happening. One by one, the teacher is delivering the instructions and you are taking it up. There is no choice in that. But again, I am going to give you one more example, that a teacher is asking you, children, if you will submit your assignments on time. Please listen it carefully. Children, if you will submit your assignments on time, then I will give you full marks in your assignment submission. So here, along with the statement, there is if, which makes the statement a conditional statement. What does it mean? That everybody is not going to get the full marks, but the children, those who will submit the work on time, will only be assessed with full marks. So you have a choice. If you are willing to score full marks, you will go with this option. And if you are happy with getting the marks partially, then it's your choice. And this is the reason that we call conditional statements as decision-making statements. That out of this condition, I have to take a decision. Okay. Now, let's discuss conditional or decision-making statements are of 3 types in Python. Number 1, if statement. Number 2, if else. And number 3 is if elif. What is elif? This is the combination of else and if. That's why combinedly we are writing it elif. So let's start with if statement. So if. This is the easiest method for making decisions in Python. It has only one phase of execution. What does it mean? What is the meaning of this one phase of execution? That I gave you one example just now, that your teacher is asking you, if you will submit your assignment on time, I will give you full marks. But the teacher hasn't told you that if you will not submit the assignment on time, then how much marks are you going to get? Teacher has only talked about one phase of the statement. So this is all about if statement, where we only talk about one phase of execution. Let's move on. If the condition is true, then the statements written in if block will be executed. And if the condition becomes false, then nothing will be executed. Let's understand this with the help of a flow chart. See, this is my flow chart based on one condition which is written as, is it raining outside? And you can see one question mark is along with that. That means this is a question. Is it raining outside? There are two possible answers, either yes or no. But as I told you, that in this if statement, we only take one phase of execution. So I have considered yes phase. So if it is raining outside, then take an umbrella with you and go to your work. So my decision of taking an umbrella is based upon the condition that whether it is raining outside or not. Try to understand this, because these statements are known as conditional and decision making statements. You can only take a decision when a condition is presented in front of you. So this is my condition. If it is raining outside, then what will you do? Obviously, you have to take an umbrella. And then you can go outside to the market, to the work, to the school, anywhere you want to go. But here in this flow chart, please see it properly. We are not discussing about another phase, that if it is not raining outside. We have only talked about yes phase, where it is confirming that yes, it is raining outside. So let's understand this topic with the help of programming. I am giving one condition. If, let me take two values, A is equal to 9 and B is equal to 4, right? And I'm comparing if A is greater than B. Now please understand that how do I start writing it? Along with if keyword. This is not my simple wording. This is my keyword. If keyword. After that I have given a space. Then I have written one condition. A is greater than B. And we all know that how to write the condition, as we have discussed all the operators and expressions in the previous chapter. And we finish it with a colon sign as we finish writing our function definition. In the same way, I will be writing my statement. Press enter. Now automatically the cursor is aligned to a little bit right hand side from the margin. So this is my indentation in Python. If A is greater than B, I want to print A is greater than B, right? That's it. This is only my statement. Let's execute it. F5 key. I'm going to save it. If dot py. Now my answer is displayed as A is greater than B. How? Let's come back again onto the program. There is a value of A as 9. There is a value 4 of B. Now I am comparing whether A is greater than B or not. So here basically I am comparing 9 is greater than 4, which is true. 9 is a number which is greater than 4. So what will happen? The statement which is written inside the if block will be executed. Let's understand this again through this document. This is the syntax of writing if condition. As I have told you that this is my keyword if. Here I am supposed to write the condition, and I finish my condition with colon symbol. After pressing enter, I have a choice that how many statements I want to execute. It can be one statement also, it can be two statements also, it can be number of statements also. It depends upon user. So here if condition is true, then the block of if will get executed, which exactly happened over here. Now I can show you that I talked to you about multiple statements. If I pass one more statement over here, I can write B is not greater than A. Clear? One more statement I can write that A is not smaller than B. So what have I done? Inside my if block, and basically this is my true block. If the condition becomes true, then only my if block of statements will be executed. Please keep in mind. So in my true block, in my if true block, if I say, then three statements are there. What will happen now? F5. And all the three statements will be printed, will be displayed onto my output screen as it is visible over here. A is greater than B, B is not greater than A, and A is not smaller than B. Let's come back. Now here, there is one example. There is a variable marks where we are accepting the input from the user side at the runtime. Int input enter the marks of a student. And then I have given one condition over here. If marks are greater than equal to 33, if is a keyword, after that one space I have given, then marks is my variable which will accept a value at the runtime, and those marks are getting compared with 33 whether the marks are greater than 33 or not. And we are ending the statement along with the colon sign. So this is my if condition. Press enter. If marks are greater than 33, that means if the condition becomes true, what am I going to print? That you are passed. So similar example I can show you here also. Let me mark it as a comment. Yes. Marks is equal to int input enter marks, and then I am going to give a condition. If space marks greater than equal to 33. This is my condition. And if it is true, then what should be printed? Pass. Here, let's run it. Enter the marks, because I have given this condition to accept the value from the user. So I am writing 50. So what am I getting as a result? Pass. Because 50 is greater than 33. Let's execute it once more. If I give the marks value below 33, then what will happen? Let's consider that case also. F5. Enter the marks. Let me adjust the screen once. Enter the marks. I am writing 28. Nothing is printed because 28 is not greater than 33, but it is less than 33. So according to my program, if the marks are less than 33, I have not written any statement. I have only written the statement to be displayed onto the output screen for marks greater than 33. So this is all about if statement. As you can see the explanation over here, in the above example, if I take the value of marks as 60, then the statement written in past will be displayed onto the output screen. But in reverse, if I execute the same example by changing its value as 30, then how will it work? Because we have talked about only one phase of statement. In that case, nothing will be displayed onto the output screen. Right? I hope this is clear to everyone. Let's move on to the if else statement, which is the second category of conditional statement. So if else, it has two phases of execution. In if we have talked about only one phase of execution, but here we are going to talk about two phases of execution. Like if the condition is true, then the statements which are written in if block will be executed, which we have already seen. But if the condition is false, then the statements written in else block will be executed. So here we are going to talk about if the condition becomes false, then what will happen? Let's understand it with the help of a flow chart. The same example we have taken over here. Is it raining outside? Now, if the answer is yes, then take an umbrella and go to work. But if it is not raining outside, if the answer is no, then wear the sunglasses and then go to the work. That means if it is not raining outside, there is a sunny weather. So you should wear the sunglasses and then you can go to the work. So both the decisions are based upon one condition. Is it raining outside? Whether I need to take an umbrella or I need to wear the sunglasses are dependent upon one condition. On the answer of my condition, if yes, then take an umbrella. If no, then wear sunglasses and then go to the work and over. So let's see the syntax of this. How do we write the program? Syntax. If, then condition, and then statements, right? Statement can be one, can be two, or can be multiple. That we have discussed just now. Now, along with my if, there is an else block. And under this else block, also, The number of statements are there. Can be there. It can be one, it can be two, or it can be multiple. Now let's understand this example. The same example we have taken. Marks is equal to, accept the input from the user side. Then the condition is, if marks are greater than equal to 33, then print pass. Or if marks are less than 33, then print fail. So there are two answers on the basis of my condition. If the condition is saying yes, the marks are greater than equal to 33, then the if block will be executed. And if my condition is saying no, that marks are not greater than equal to 33, then print else block. Let us understand this with the example over here. I have written this program, marks, and then if condition is already written, let me add else part. Now, as I told you that if is a keyword, similarly, else is also a keyword. And it is clearly visible onto the screen that the keywords are always displayed or always appear in orange color, which shows that this is not a simple word, this is a keyword. Press enter. Automatically, you can see the indentation. It is as similar to my if block. So now I am going to print fail. So I have given the another phase of my condition also. Like in the previous example, I entered 28 as an input and nothing was displayed onto the output screen. But now it will be displayed. Let's see. F5. Enter the marks. I am entering 28 again. Press enter. Fail. As you can see, your previous example did not show any output on the screen, but this example is showing you an output. Because here we have talked about else block also along with if. Basically, we have talked about both the phases of condition. So, or in another terms, I can say simply that if is my true block and else is my, I can write over here, this is for the true block and else is my false block. What does it mean? If the condition is true, then this block will be executed, and if the condition is false, then this block will be executed. I hope this is clear to you. Let's move on to the third category, if elif. Now, as I told you in the starting, elif is what? Elif is a combination of else and if. Else, if. That means inside my else, again I am getting one if condition. So, it has neither one phase of execution nor two phases of execution, but it has multiple phases of execution. Like, if the condition is true, then the statements written in if block will be executed. This is all clear to us. This is my true block and the statements written in that will be executed for sure. Otherwise means if the condition is false, the control will shift to another condition. Here the control is not shifted to else part, but it is shifted to another condition. And if again the condition becomes false, then it will shift to the next elif block and so on. So here we are going to talk about multiple conditions at the same time. And according to my condition, I will be taking the decision. As I told you in the starting that you are going to purchase something in the market and the shopkeeper is presenting 10 samples in front of you, but you have to select any one or two. So how many options are there in front of you? 10. But you have to take a decision for one or two. So this is known as if-elif statement, where you are selecting your statements out of multiple statements. So what is my syntax over here? If condition, then elif, again the condition, elif, again the condition, and at last I am getting else block. That means if any of the condition is not true, then at the end my else block will be executed. So let's read the explanation once. Here, if the condition is true, then the block of if will get executed. Otherwise, the control will check for elif and so on. If no one condition is true, then at last the else block will be executed. Let us understand this with the help of an example. Again, we are taking one example of marks. We have input our marks over there. Now, conditions are, first condition, if marks are greater than equal to 90, then what will be displayed? Grade A. Now, instead of writing else over here, what am I writing? Elif. That means my another condition. If marks are not greater than equal to 90, then in else, if I'm checking another condition, if marks are greater than equal to 70, then print grade B. Elif, another condition. If marks are not greater than equal to 70, then again we are checking one condition. If marks are greater than equal to 50. And if the condition becomes true, then print grade C. But if the condition is false, then again check one more condition. Elif, marks are greater than equal to 40. If here the condition is true, then print grade is D. Otherwise, let's check one more statement as marks are greater than equal to 33. Then print pass. That means if the child's marks are varying between 33 to 39, then the child will not be awarded with any grade, but only it will be displayed as pass. And if the marks are not even greater than equal to 33, that means no one of my condition is true. In that case, what will happen? At last, my else block will get executed and will display fail as a result. Right? So here in the example, as you can see, if the value is greater than equal to 90, what will be displayed? Grade A. If the value is greater than equal to 70, then grade B. If the value is greater than equal to 50, then grade C. If it is greater than 40, then D. 33, then pass. And at last, fail. So there are multiple conditions where you can vary out of these statements anywhere. So let's understand this with the help of the coding. Yes. So I'm going to continue with the same example. If marks are greater than equal to 90, then what should I print? grade A. Now, earlier I wrote else, but here I will write one more condition, elif marks greater than equal to 70. Then what should I print? Grade B. Now again, I'm not going to print else, but I'm going to take another condition that if marks are greater than equal to 50, then what should I print? Grade C. Another condition, L if, or I can write else if. If marks are greater than equal to 40, then what should be printed? Print grade D. Now, I'm converting this if into LF. LF marks are greater than equal to 33, then print pass. At last, my else block, and this block will be executed where none of the above condition is true. Clear? That means this block, all the blocks, control C, if I talk about, all are for the true condition. If these conditions become true, then only the block will be executed, otherwise not. Otherwise, the last block will get executed. Let's run it. F5. Now it is asking me to enter the marks. Let's say I would like to enter 85. So according to my program, where should I vary? Grade B. Let me adjust the screen and I'll show you the complete data. And here again. Just wait, just give me a moment. A little bit more I can adjust. Yes. And here I can adjust it to this side. Perfect. So this is my program, and here I got the result as grade B. So according to my program, 85 is not greater than 90. That's why grade A is not printed. But 85 is greater than equal to 70. That means 85 varies from 70 to 89. And for that, we are printing grade B. Let's execute it again one more time. If I say marks are 62, then which block should be printed? Let's discuss. 62 is greater than equal to 90? No. Right? Let me compare. 62 is greater than equal to 90. Condition is false. Again, if I say 62 is greater than equal to 70, again no. But here, if I say 62 is greater than equal to 50, then it is yes. Right? Although it is not equal to, but it is greater than. Please keep in mind, we are using two operators together, greater than and equal to. Here 62 and 50 are not equal, but 62 is at least greater than 50. So my grade C should print over here, and it is printed. Now let's check for equality once. Enter the marks. I'm writing 40. So if I compare, 40 is greater than 50? No. 40 is greater than 70? No. 40 is greater than 90? No. Next I'm going to check. 40 is greater than equal to 40. Now, here is the decision. 40 is not greater than 40, but it is equal to 40. So the answer will be yes. And my answer will be grade D accordingly. So what are we doing here basically? According to my requirement, according to my number of marks, I am checking each and every condition one by one. And wherever my marks falls in, that particular block of statement is executed. So the decision is always depend on the condition you are giving. This is all about if, elif. Now we are left with one more topic, nested if. But about this, we are going to talk in our next video. So thank you and have a nice day.